welcome back to the chat. Spring and planting season well underway, and while that might bring beautiful sights and scents, some plants, both inside and outside, can be harmful to our pets. Our next guest is here to make sure all of us pet owners have the information we need to keep our dogs and cats safe. We welcome Dr. Abigail Bertalen, a specialist in internal medicine at SEVO-Med. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
This is great when the weather gets this way, but it becomes dangerous for our pets. And you know, this is really important information because whether or not you have an indoor or outdoor animal, I mean, the plants are outdoors, sometimes we bring them out indoors. So how do, you know, if you, and we're going to go through the list of plants and animals, but if your animal gets into something and you know they're sick and you're not sure what they're into, I mean, what can you even do about that?
Well, the first thing I would say to do is call your veterinarian. Most people will have a regular veterinarian that they see. If it's after hours, there are a number of emergency clinics in the area. And usually most veterinarians will have some type of automated voicemail system set up so that if you don't know which emergency clinic to use, they will play that on their voicemail. So it's always a good idea to call them because it might be an emergency situation where you need to bring your pet in to get them the best possible care as soon as they can. Give them a better chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's go over some of these because I think some of these, some people know and others they don't. One is the Sago Palms. And that is a particular type of palm tree. Okay, so it's not every palm tree, and this is a picture of it. What is the deal with the Sago Palm?
So the Sago Palm is very popular down here in Florida. When I moved from Pennsylvania, I was not aware of how abundant they are. You know, just riding down the street, you see them in everyone's yard. And they do have a sweet quality to the seeds and the cone, so animals are attracted to them. And they are very toxic. There's several different toxins within the palm. Cycasin is one of the main toxins, and there's two others, and they can cause liver failure, GI distress, and sometimes even neurologic signs. So Sago Palms are very toxic, and a lot of people don't know about it, but it's something that I always ask, especially if a patient comes in all of a sudden with elevated liver enzymes on their blood work or is vomiting or sick, and we know that these are they're exposed to Sago Palms. So
do the animals have to go actually and eat and chew on the leaves, or is it something that they brush against them? Because you know dogs, when they have to relieve themselves, well, or do they actually have to eat the plant?
All parts of the plant are toxic. The leaves, the seeds, the cone, any part of the plant are toxic, but the animal does have to ingest it. So just brushing up against it probably won't hurt them, but sometimes it just takes one little tiny piece or leaf.
Then that's it.
And that's it. That's right.
Well, this next one is interesting. I remember my doggy eating a plate of these, and then mushrooms. And these are toxic for both dogs and cats. And we're talking about mushrooms that you might put on your steak. Or
not necessarily.
So in the yard,
So if you go and buy some mushrooms from Publix or from your grocery store, those are probably fine. We're talking about mushrooms that grow out in the wild. The Amanita species of mushrooms are the most toxic, and they are rare. So of the thousands of species of mushrooms, there's only about 1% of these actually that are out there that the animals can be exposed to. But they are also quite attractive to dogs and cats, and they can cause liver failure and other liver failure causing plant, and GI disease as well. They're usually white, or they can have that red, as the picture showed, kind of very pretty cap to them, and so they're very attractive. But the types of mushrooms that you eat or put on your salad are usually but if you're never sure, it's always a good idea to bring your vet a picture of the mushroom if your animal is getting sick. But in general, I try to tell people not to let their animals in the backyard and eat mushrooms if they can avoid it, because we don't know what's out there, and they are in Florida. So
All right, what about cats and lilies? And does that include the Easter lily? What's the deal? And this is only cats, so dogs are okay with the lilies.
Dogs are okay with the lilies, although they can sometimes have some vomiting and diarrhea associated with that. But cats develop kidney failure when they eat lilies, and they don't have to just eat a whole plant. They can eat some of the pollen. They can just ingest a small part of the lily. It's Easter lilies, day lilies, tiger lilies, Asiatic lilies, stargazer lilies, and then those are the most common ones that people would have that cause renal failure. And it can happen within 6 hours of ingestion or up to 24 hours of ingestion, and they can need to go on dialysis for their kidneys. So yes, we always kind of discourage people against buying bouquets of Easter lilies around the springtime, even though they're really pretty, especially if you have cats. And it's something because people don't always know, and they'll get a present in the mail from someone that contains lilies, and they'll put them on their counter, and the cat is curious, and they'll go and once again, they seem to be attracted to these things that are dangerous to them.
Now there are other ones too, and these are many popular flowers. Azaleas, buttercups, gardenias, chrysanthemums, hibiscus, tulips, primroses, mums. I mean, it seems like every flower.
Yeah, in general, most flowers, except for the things that we just kind of went over with the mushrooms and the sago palms and the lilies, a lot of flowers will just be irritating to animals' GI tracts and gums. So vomiting and diarrhea that can be self-limiting is more of what we might expect to see with some of those. But certainly anything can affect each animal individually. So it's not so much of the life-threatening, sudden death situations with chrysanthemums and with hydrangeas, but they can cause vomiting and diarrhea if the animal eats enough of them. In general, it's best just not to let them eat decorative ornamental plants.
And so you don't have to dig them out from your yard, but you probably just want to keep an eye when the dog goes out or whatever.
My dog, I have sago palms in my backyard. This is going to sound really bad, and my dog doesn't go near them. And so I just kind of watch him because they can be a burden to dig out from your yard, but in general, it's best to just not have them around so that there's no risk. Yeah.
Okay, and SEVO-Med, how are you guys different from traditional veterinarians?
It's a good question.
We'll take our
so SEVO-Med is a specialty clinic, so we see patients that are referred from your general practitioner, your regular veterinarian for a specific problem, and we are a group of specialists, so we have gone after vet school for additional training in one specific area. So I am an internal medicine specialist, and I also work with oncology specialists as well. And other specialty clinics have surgeons or cardiologists or ophthalmologists, and we kind of just focus on one area of veterinary medicine so that we can be really good at that specific area. And we leave the vaccinations and the general care and some of the primary problems for the general practitioners. So we do need to have our patients referred, and it's something that is, a lot of people don't know that there are specialists in veterinary medicine, just like human medicine. But
hey, I think it's great because they become our furry babies.
Yeah, and there are options. Yeah, a lot of advanced options for treatment nowadays.
Yeah, so. Wonderful. Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We really
Thank
appreciate you being here.
I appreciate it.
You just got to keep those animals away from those bad plants.
That's right.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks SEVO-Med for making this segment possible. If you want more information on SEVO-Med, including locations and a list of the plants that are toxic to pets, you can go to SEVOMed.com or give them a call at 904-278-3870. Coming up next, it is a big day.